Turn up what?
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. Yo, can y'all believe it, bro? Can y'all believe it? We are here. Like, football season's here. It's no more off season. There's no more draft talk. There's no more kind of wishing of what's going on. Our Dallas Cowboys are right now in Oxnard getting ready to kick off for training camp, man. I'm excited, man. So for y'all who follow me closely, y'all know we about to turn up. CFO Sports, this is our 4th season of us doing content, and we gonna do it bigger, louder than ever, man. So we had to kick things off, man. And today, I had to start off with one of my brothers, man. And this guy's a guy who I highly respect, man. He's a guy who I'm always talking to. He's always pushing me to the next level. Y'all know him, follow him closely. He does great research, great content. Everything is thought-provoking. And he's pushing me to a higher level, man. I can't say that more than enough, man. So, he's not a guest. He's not a guest, y'all. He's family. He's my brother, man. So, CFO fam, let's give a warm welcome to my dog, BossCowboySports. What's going on, boss?
Man, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, bro. Bro, how you feeling, man? Football season here, bro. We here.
I mean, it's I'm just ready. Talk is so cheap right now. That's the first thing I was thinking is I'm tired of talk. I'm
Right.
ready for the action.
Right. Yeah, that's where I'm at, bro. It's like we done a lot of talking, a lot of analysis, what if situations, man. But we finally here for football season. And it's like, I think it's because we did so much work during draft season, bro. Like the off season kind of just flew by a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, here we are. Our team is out to camp, man. So let me ask you this, boss. This time last year, because I know you know what I'm saying, you don't drink no Kool-Aid unless it's measured.
Right.
How was you feeling compared to last year, currently to how you feeling right now today?
Last year I didn't feel as good.
Okay.
Because obviously that was a time we was missing Amari Cooper, and I just wasn't buying it.
Right.
It just wasn't making sense. Michael Gallup, they was trying to get us optimized about his return, and he was wobbling and gimpy coming in, and his photos wasn't looking as good.
Right.
So it's a totally different feeling in terms of especially
Right.
the offense, especially that's what we're dealing with. So
Right.
going into this year, I feel a lot better. The fact that, we have Kellen Moore out of here, and last year I was doing a big hit job on Kellen,
We both were,
even
bro.
before the season started.
Right.
So he's gone, and so going and seeing this Texas coach, it's just exciting to see what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah, and I agree with you, bro, because I feel like last year we didn't do what we did this year, right? We lost to the 49ers in the wild card round, and instead of patching the holes in our boat, we just made bigger holes, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this season, okay, we know where our weak points are, right? We need to improve at the wide receiver position. We went out and got Brandon Cooks. Our secondary is a little limited with the cornerbacks. Went and got Stephon Gilmore. We need to stop the run. You know what I'm saying? So we really went out there and got what we really needed. So I'm really optimistic about the Cowboys this season to really stack on what we saw last year, man. But I'm excited, man. I know everybody in the chat is lit and turned up to the max, man. Let's go ahead and get to the chat. Salute to everybody on both channels, on Facebook, everywhere. And I have to give a huge shout out to Sadiqa, man. Sadiqa, this is what Sadiqa got us, bro. Look at this, bro. Look at this.
What she got us?
It's final word hats. With
Oh.
J Tuck on them. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Man, that thing is banging.
It's
When
please.
am I gonna get? Oh, she probably already seen it. I'm
Yeah,
so
she probably,
sorry.
yeah. I was tripping. My post service was tripping a little bit. I was getting worried. I saw a big game post his. I was like, where my hat? You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh,
salute.
that thing is
Yeah, this
monster.
mug is clean. They gonna hate your boy at AT&T Stadium. I can't see behind your hat. Man, I can't wait to put this thing on. So it's huge shout out to Sadiqa, man. But I'm excited about camp, man. So we got a lot to talk about. Everybody in the chat, man. Y'all know how me and Boss Rock, man, is fully fluid freestyle. We got some things lined up. I really want to talk about the offensive side of the ball today, and then tomorrow we'll go into the defensive side of the ball, man. But
real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Aisha in the building.
Aisha in the building.
Yeah, she said, y'all, I'm getting excited.
Yeah, girl Aisha. So salute to our girl Aisha Morrison. She's actually going to be on tomorrow night with me as we going through the defense, man. Salute to our sister.
Today, Tuck and I doing offense, and Aisha,
get
shout
the
out
offense.
to you. Defense. So be prepared, Aisha. I'm going to, I'm gonna be hitting you up as well. We got a lot to talk about with this trading camp.
Yeah, Aisha tried to went hiding for a little bit. She's like, I'm taking a break. She wasn't doing no social media.
Yeah,
break time is over.
Work.
Yeah.
And real quick, I do have a couple of super chats.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Get to the super chats. You can see on your end, bro.
So Ernest said, hello, boss. It's time to get this party started. How about them Cowboys? Let's go.
Yeah.
I love it. And then definitely how about them Cowboys? He said, what is good, boss? DC for life. Let's freaking go. We got us another super chat. So I just appreciate all the love, man. But you was getting ready to kick us off on that offense.
Yeah, man. Appreciate all the super chats, all the likes. Like I said, we streaming to both channels, man. So if y'all send the super chat, let us know. We'll definitely grab them, man. But we got something to talk about. And I know you made a video. This is why I wanted to bring you on specifically. You know what I'm saying? Even though you my dog, I kind of had a little hidden agenda, man.
Well,
so,
let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into it, man. I know. We gonna bust our heads over here, man.
We might know this.
But our right guard, man, Zach Martin today. So I'm saying, Zach Martin was not on the plane. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of freaking out about that. It's not a big deal because a lot of the players are also not in Oxnard yet. But I know you did a video on Zach Martin that the Cowboys can kind of hold firm, not cave in to Zach Martin at this point, man. So for the people who didn't catch the video, check it out. But explain a little bit about your thought process on holding off on paying Zach Martin.
Yeah, it's about three reasons. The main reason is, first of all, age, but then also position value. Those are the two major reasons. Like, I get it. He's one of the best players on the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I get it. He's a 6-time All-Pro. I get it that, he's one of the favorites and more durable, most consistent guy that we have on this team, hands down. He's gonna be first ballot. I get it.
Right.
But when it comes down to Terrence Steele and when it comes down to Zach Martin, you gotta go with Steele first. And now you gotta go with it just based on even how Zach just did this. You cannot cave to Zach Martin, at least at this moment. They gotta make him sweat.
Make him sweat. So there was the reports that Terrence Steele is not going to be on the PUP list, so he's going to be good to go. Him and Tony Pollard is good to go.
He not on this PUP list?
Nah. That broke today on Twitter. So Terrence ain't on the PUP list.
Oh my God.
Pollard ain't. I think the only one that's going to be on PUP is Jordan Lewis. Jay Lewis going to be on PUP, but Terrence is ready to go.
Whoa.
Yeah, Terrence ready to go, bro. So in your thought process, it's Terrence is who you should take care of first before Zach.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because of the position of value. That's the main reason. Is because of the position of value. And on top of that, I would also say when you look at the history of the contracts, the Dallas Cowboys offensive linemen all have been 6 to 8 year contracts.
Right.
So T. Smith was on an 8-year contract, Frederick was on a 6-year contract, and even Zach Martin on the original contract that he signed was a 6-year contract. So what's really going on, and a lot of people don't understand, I had comments from that video, like when people say, what's the difference between this and that? Or what's the difference between this and Z? Well, the difference between both of those is neither one of those guys held out after their rookie contract.
Okay.
Neither one of them did that. And neither one of them actually signed a deal, came back to the table and said, you know what, I want to change this deal. So that's very different. And Zach Martin is breaking, or could be the start of major precedent.
Right.
And that's actually very scary, especially if you look at the history of the Dallas Cowboys and how they've been having most of their best players on 5 to 6 to sometimes 8 year contracts.
Mm-hmm.
That's been giving us that flex
Mm-hmm.
that we need sometimes to have cap flex and being able to move, different allocations around.
Mm-hmm.
So if you allow Zach Martin to just basically get angry right before training camp and then you rush to pay him, you also setting the precedent that the next Zach Martin, it might be Micah Parsons, it might be Dak again.
Right.
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 Now, what's gonna stop anybody from saying, you know what, I don't like the first deal that I did.
Scrap it.
I'm going into training camp. I'm going to hold the team hostage,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna skip all the young bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Is so even on optics and just even appearing tough, Dallas, talking about Jerry and Steven, in my opinion, should hold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, I see your point. Because there's other positional values like the right tackle. Me personally, I'm banging the desk for Trayvon Diggs. And salute to Des Bryant. We just got off a Twitter space with him, and he was talking about, weirdly, he actually sides with the front office as well on this Zach Martin situation.
Really?
Yeah, because he was saying the thing is that the Cowboys are so talented. This is the price you pay. Like, so if you pay, you know what I'm saying, you got to start paying everybody. You know what I'm saying? So if you sit back and you get skipped in line, you know what I'm saying, it's going to create that type of environment. So, I feel like the Cowboys really have to be strategic when it comes to it. But, man, it's Zach Martin, though. It's your captain, though.
See, that's what make it unpopular to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's because it's Zach Martin.
Right.
It's when we talk about this, or the way that I stood on it, I put my reputation at risk, and I'm all for that though, because to me, right is right, and I don't mean like he's wrong. He's standing up for his money.
Right.
At the same time, I'm looking at the pattern, and I'm looking at the fact that Zach Martin, with what he just did, also could have sent a signal to Terrence Steele. Because think about it. If all of these guys been having 6-year contracts, what do you think they was trying to close on Steele?
Right.
A 4?
Right.
No. They was going to put him right in line with everybody else in the 6.
Mm-hmm.
So then when Zach Martin come in and say, you know what? I signed the 6. I'm way under market now. I signed a bad deal. You basically just low key.
Right. Telling them, don't sign that.
Don't sign that.
Right.
So it's like, it's an ugly thing. And I also said this on that video that I did. It's about hypocrisy versus consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how could I say that I want front office to be quiet and do their business silent in terms of the negotiation with the players? But then I turn around and pom and parade what Zach Martin did by going to Adam Scheffner, dog. Right. It's like
after he got that Madden rating too.
Yeah, so he obviously made a leverage play, and I know Zach Martin is a favorite to everybody. I get it, but see, it's also a history of greats being treated. Even like if you look at San Fran, they would have let Zach Martin go 2 years ago or last year. Like the championship San Fran. I ain't talking about this San Fran. I'm talking about the ones that was winning in the 80s. They had a philosophy that they was gonna let you go 2 years before you started to decline. So it's only the Dallas Cowboy fans that's so in love with players to where they not even willing to have that conversation, which it's logical to say, and being all the way honest, that you're starting to see signs of decline now.
Right.
And so to actually extend a player that's already starting to show decline, it's like, come on, man. You getting ready to be first over these young bulls? I think not.
Now, let me ask you this, bro, because I think next year he's 24 mil against the cap. So I feel like they're in a situation where they're going to have to restructure this contract. But
they might be trying to get ready to move on from him too. Like it's the hard business of it. Like to be honest, like it might even be a situation to be open to some trade scenarios. Like for real. Like this is that time to actually start thinking about trying to get as much value as you can out of a player like that. With somebody like that, you might be able to get 2 firsts on the older guy. You know what I mean? Or at least 1 first, or a first and a third. Like, cause his reputation just so good. You know what I mean? So it's other teams that overpay all day.
Right.
So like, but see, I will be open for that conversation even now.
To trade Zach Martin?
I would be open for it.
So,
Yeah, I
so,
would.
and we'll talk about it here in a second, though. So, what would be your course of action as an insurance policy? You move on from Zach Martin. Who's going to be your right guard now moving forward? You going to plug Matt Farniok out there?
Oh, see, yeah. So that's where it get ugly.
Okay.
See, that's why we got a long way before that trade deadline.
Mhm.
I would want to see how it play out, see how these guys are playing. But if it's starting to look like a young bull is going to be a quality band-aid for us going forward, and we still able to have a high-powered offense, then I would be all the way forward just to get ready to tool up even for the future. Like, it's something that's not sexy, but it's the reality that, to me, we all should be open for. Because, see, the organization, if it did make trades like that, it would send a message that everybody got to be on their peak shape because nobody's safe. See, the only team that really kind of make moves like that is New England. See, like, nobody's ever safe at New England.
Right. Definitely.
Like nobody even Brady was safe.
Well,
Brady wasn't even safe.
Barely, yeah. They were trying to get him up out of there.
They were trying to get him up out of there. Now, imagine if he was a Dallas Cowboy and had 5 rings at the time.
Right, he ain't going nowhere.
We wouldn't even be hearing that. Like, no fans would be hearing that.
Right.
But New England was like, say, listen, we getting ready to try to go with this young bull Garoppolo. He know our offense. We can probably load up off of Brady, and it's time to move on. See, like, we don't even think like that here, but we should, in my opinion. And especially based on how he just did this thing where he went to the public. It's like, sometimes it's sad to say, people don't want me to speak honest, but I'm gonna speak like a general.
This is what I do, bro. Go ahead.
I'm gonna speak like a general on this. And sometimes you got to even make examples of them. Sometimes you got to be like, listen, the next one of y'all thinking that y'all want to try to go to Adam Scheffner, look at Zach. Like, for real. So we go continue to do business the way we do business. We go continue to offer y'all these long-term contracts like we've been doing. And now one of y'all better not go to the public like he did, or you'll end up like him. Like people not ready to be like that, but that's very dangerous what he did, especially when you look at how Dallas has been doing such a good job of having these long-term contracts with really, like, not even a bunch of pushback from their best players. Like, Dez did a 6-year, Romo did a 6-year, Lyle Collins did a 5-year, Zeke did a 6-year, Zach did a 6-year, Frederick did a 6-year. Like, shoot, Amari did a 5-year. Even, I think, even Jalen Smith did a 6-year. Like, everybody had a long-term.
I mean, that was the argument with Dak, right? They wanted to stretch the money out. Like, they always like to stretch the money out a little bit. But here's the thing, right? Here's why I give you a little pushback. And the only thing I think that Zach Martin personally has to leverage a little bit, because he talked about last year in camp that his wife was on him about retirement. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember? Oh, yeah. So his wife was talking, like, he was like, my wife was talking to me about retirement, like, during the pandemic kind of started. So he was saying he don't know how many years he has left. So then it's like, what's the trade value? But also, like you saying, boss, for the extension, you know, it's a complex situation, because it is Zach Martin. He's the anchor to our offensive line, and
he good still.
Right,
like, he helps you now. Like, he puts you in a contending. But it's hard. This is a very complicated situation,
right? Because, like, if it was Tyron, it would make more sense. You know what I'm saying? This is a Tyron conversation. You can see the cliff,
like, he's almost all the way off the cliff. Zach is at the front end of falling off that cliff.
Right. What is he, 30, 34, 35?
33.
Oh, 33.
Yeah, and see, and I get it. Like, people in the chat, I get it, man. Some people like my boy Action Power said, I strongly disagree on that, boss. He's the most durable lineman we got, not to mention he's still top of this position. Yeah, that's what make this hard. Like, that's what make it hard, is because if you trying to win now, you need Zach Martin.
You do.
But if you thinking about the position that he put us in, when you look at how he came out to try to put pressure on front office, let me just ask everybody a question. When have anybody ever seen this in the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, it caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? Because we was all celebrating.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like, Tuck, what player went to the media about trying to get more from Jerry and Steven? Ever. Like, we can go back from when Jerry bought the team. Tell me one person.
I can't.
It's not one.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's not one, and then he trying to get them to cave. Like, so he not on the play?
Right.
See, this is an emergency, y'all. See, like, this is serious, bro. Like this
Right.
is
Yeah, man.
this is real deal.
And here's what I was saying, because you also got a new offensive line coach. Your captain of your offensive line ain't there. Your anchor of your offensive line ain't there. Like, he has some leverage. Now, Sadiqa just mentioned the only leverage the Cowboys has is that $50,000 every day he missed. He come up short. You know what I'm saying? So how bad does he really want it? I don't.
Tuck.
We'll have to wait till tomorrow. We'll have to wait till tomorrow,
Tuck,
man.
Tuck,
We'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Let's keep it real.
All right.
Now, this is why I want to do this show with you, because I trust you to keep it real.
Yeah.
I don't trust everybody to keep it real on this, though.
You know, that's all we do,
I trust
bro.
you to keep it real, bro. So, if Zach Martin succeed, what is Michael Parsons gonna do? I'm going.
Oh yeah, that's everybody, bro. Trayvon Diggs, like everybody gonna get Adam Schefter on that phone call.
Right.
CeeDee Lamb.
What's the future gonna be like with our best players if Zach Martin get away with this?
Right. I know. I mean, because if you let one do it, bro, you got younger players. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And they bulls.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think Zach Martin is playing his left because he knows that the Cowboys can't spin it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Cowboys can't spin it back and make it an ugly situation with Zach Martin. Because normally, if this was Zeke, they could spin Zeke towards the fan base, where the fan base like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they can't say his character. There ain't no Zach Martin tape, like there's no nothing. You can't say nothing. So it's like,
you can't touch Zach.
Yeah. You can't. It's untouchable. You know.
He's untouchable. So like, but see, my thought is it's gonna be another Zach. Zach is just one form.
Mm-hmm.
He's the left guard, first ballot Hall of Famer guaranteed.
Right.
But then there was another one. His name was Jason Witten.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Fredericks was clearly on his way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's Micah Parsons is that type of athlete.
Right.
Who's to say what's getting ready to happen with Mozzie, right? Like, he could take off like a rocket.
Right.
Like, it's too many young bulls to let this old, I don't want to say it like that. You just, with all the leverage you got, Dallas is in a very sticky situation. And see, most people not even talking about this. Like, you're not going to even hear the depth of this problem unless you literally talking to Tuck and Boss in the underground.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear this on the mainstream. They go brush this under the rug. Like, this is big. Like, and see, this is what make this sad to me, Tuck.
Right.
Like, they jump on manufactured drama all day.
Right. But skipping over this should be the biggest story.
This should be the biggest story. But, but Dak is ass. Okay, you want to do that.
Right.
But you guys like a legitimate crisis.
Right.
And then on top of that, let's go back to the fact that we didn't even and see, you know this more than anybody. Now think about how many guards we passed on in the draft.
Right. And I think that's the scary part, bro. We don't have no insurance policy.
Yeah, he got us by the balls.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, I feel like he sat back, watch how the draft went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't got enough, right? So it's like he has all. I just feel like he has all of the leverage. You know what I'm saying?
He has
all the leverage. You're going to need your All-Pro Hall of Fame, right guard, because you got, Tyler Biadasz still emerging, but Tyler Smith is still young. Like I said, you got a brand new offensive line coach in Mike Solari. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you need your captain there. And if Zach ain't there tomorrow, y'all, you got to ring the alarm a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to ring the alarm, because I feel like the Cowboys have no choice but to cave, bro. I feel like they don't. Like,
no, I think they got to play this out. They got to treat this like an injury, in my opinion.
So to see if he holds out?
Yeah. See, they got to get leverage back on their side, in my opinion, because this is a nasty crisis, bro. So let's talk about it. So the good thing about a Zach Martin type is he is such a veteran that I would trust him more than anybody to not even need as many developmental reps to be ready to play and be impactful.
Mm-hmm.
So that does give us time. That's one thing. But then two, Zach Martin has all the leverage now, but over time, if he holding out, trying to skip line, it's only so long before Cowboy Nation turn against him.
Do you think that could happen with Zach though?
I do. I think Cowboy Nation love the Cowboys more than any player. I think they love players, but more like, but over time, if they over here like, wait. So you tried to get in front of Terrence Steele, who's an undrafted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Nation not gonna be cool with that. It's like, bro, you already was a first rounder, so you had millions. Then you got your 6-year multi-million highest paid contract, so you already got millions. You want more.
Right.
And you signed that 6-year deal and you trying to renege on it.
Right.
You know? So, but then I'm looking at Steele over here coming back early from a December injury, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude still on that very low money. And on top of that, Diggs. It's like, now we gonna start sitting back like, hold on, them dudes out there balling, them dudes out there practicing, them dudes coming off injuries, them dudes ain't even got paid. Right. And they out here giving it they all, and you over here holding out. Now, Cowboy Nation, as we go hard, it's gonna start turning on them. So I'm just trying to imagine Zach Martin literally for weeks at a time, sitting there on the sideline with them cameras on them, holding out.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see it.
Losing $50,000 a day.
I would love to see it. Like it's unfortunate, but you the one that went to the media, dog. Like this would have been totally different if you didn't go to the media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like this would have been totally different. The fact that you went to the media, because the Dallas Cowboys can do this a couple of ways. They can just say, you know what, this Zach Martin, he got the right to do this.
Right.
We go respect the fact that he held our feet to the fire. We go pay this man, and we go move on. They could do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but don't be mad, Cowboy Nation, when other players start doing this, and y'all gonna have to come right back to this show and say somebody was warning that this is gonna be a precedent,
right?
Because it's never been somebody to do this. There's never been Dez didn't do this, Romo didn't do this,
right?
Aikman didn't do this, Emmett didn't do this. None of the people with Super Bowls even did this,
right? Yeah, and it blindsided. Like I said, it completely blindsided us. But man, it's Zach Martin. You know what I'm saying? Like if anyone deserves to skip the damn line, it's Zach Martin. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it sets a bad precedence in the locker room.
You deserve to skip the line, but to go to Adam.
True. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
See, but especially because Tyron Smith said himself, like it's been a rule for a long time that the offensive line didn't even talk to the media.
Right.
And guess who kept that the longest? The offensive line. How many interviews do we ever see?
Right.
From any one of those guys?
Yeah, you don't see nothing. From
any one of all the offensive linemen. But now when it came down to your bread, you went to the number one leak.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ugly, y'all. It's no other way around it. Like this is where Jerry and Steve and Will McClay get the big bucks, because it's no easy way to handle this one.
Yeah, and I see them in the chat. They're saying, "Nah, Tuck, it's the team over Zach Martin," which I agree. But the problem is there's no insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we drafted let's say we drafted Steve Avila, who we talked about in the draft, then we can say, okay, we can call his bluff a little bit, okay? Right. But it's like I don't know. You can go back to the list, and it's just like, okay, you gonna go with Matt Farniok possibly. You know what I'm saying? You're going to switch Josh Ball in the right guard. Then my optimism and my Kool-Aid meter for the season changes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's hard because it's one of the most important pieces of our offense and of our team. But just from a financial and business standpoint, you know what I'm saying? I agree with Boss. I'm torn, man. I'm torn. I'm at the point, just pay the man the money.
Well, I'll say this. The good thing is this. We can slow play this from a couple of ways. So the good thing about this also gives those young bulls a lot of opportunities to get a lot of reps. And that's what we go all do. We go break down every snap of every one of these guards.
Right.
And we go compare. We go say, and then it's going to either strengthen Zach's leverage or hurt his leverage.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, if one of these guys come in there and they start balling out, we go, guess what we should be? Zach who? Because see, we did that with Zeke who.
Right, yeah.
It should I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I think the Dallas Cowboys, to me, they should slow play this. Now, if they let Zach skip all these young bulls, like I know of some people that feel like, oh, they gonna be happy for Zach. Listen, y'all, I seriously doubt it. Let me be honest. If I'm an
Mm.
undrafted free agent or I'm a second round player that had 11 interceptions and I'm still getting second round money, when I
Mhm.
basically put up all pro performances in the top 5, I should have been top 5. I should have been just like my boy Satane, bro.
Mhm.
Talking about Diggs.
Right, right, right.
I gotta wait because you skip, or now you made my negotiations even harder
Mhm.
because now, because see, Jerry and them said they have to budget 5 years out.
Right.
So what did this surprise attack by Zach Martin do to their budgets?
It busted it open. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, it felt like you've been saving up for a nice vacation and stacked up about 20 grand. You all ready to go, and all of a sudden, you got a hole in your roof. You know what I'm saying? And like you got blindsided. And it's like, do you fix that problem first, or is it a necessity? But we'll see tomorrow, man. But I see everyone in the chat talking about Austin Richards, TJ Bass. You know, we got a lot of young guys in the pipeline, bro. But they ain't no Zach Martin. They ain't no Zach Martin. Like,
No,
let's
they
just give it up.
not.
But they ain't no Zach Martin. So
Yeah, it's too early to panic, in my opinion. Like,
early.
let's, even if he don't show up,
Mm-hmm.
I get it. My boy Bob Hicks, he say he's a 6-time, all pro. I get all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I do get that. But my thing is, what about the precedent?
Mm-hmm.
What does this cause? What does this do to Michael Parsons? What if Michael Parsons sign a deal and then say 3 years into his deal, you know what? Nah, I don't like this deal. I ain't showing up.
Right.
Like, because that's what happened with Zach Martin. That's how he got paid. I ain't showing up.
Right.
Like, so this could be a whole new way of the Dallas Cowboys doing business, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we gotta, in my opinion, if we trying to debate this, in my opinion, it's not just the fact of how good Zach is.
Right.
It's like, what could this do for the rest of the future Zach Martins?
Right. Yeah, because we got a few. You know what I'm saying?
We got some few.
We got
We
a few
got
in the
some
pipeline. You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem with Will McClay. Will McClay drafts so well.
Right.
He go keep giving you Zach Martins, Tank Lawrence's, Micah Parsons, Diggs. He go keep giving you these. Now,
Right.
do you want these to be wild horses, or do you want these to be like it's been, where they've been quiet?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see, man. Like I said, we got Zach Martin watching, like me and Boss saying. I don't know why this ain't a big story. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
like,
know.
I mean, I don't know.
I
you know what
have
I'm
no
saying?
idea,
Like,
bro.
I'm sitting back, like thinking, like, all right, what? Like for me, I'm on Zach watch, and I'm also on Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I've been saying personally, I would like to get Diggs done before camp. Doesn't sound like that's going to happen. So it starts a whole new precedent, like Boss was just saying about next year, what the negotiation could go like, man. But we're gonna get into some things for camp.
Can
Man.
I say
Go ahead,
one
go
more
ahead.
thing before we get into the camp thing?
Go ahead,
'Cause
bro.
My boy Big Dow, he said none of these guys are close. He talking about Diggs. He talking about Michael Parsons. No, Michael Parsons close.
Close to what?
Talent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh
Talent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Number
yeah.
one. Number two is the positional value.
Oh,
That I'm gonna say that one more time. Like, I do appreciate Zach Martin being an all-pro guard, but let me ask y'all a question. If you could get the best guard or the best tackle, who you picking first?
Right.
If
Tackle.
you can get the best guard or the best corner, who you picking first?
Right.
Like, let's just be real. So, like, even if Zach Martin is a 10 and Diggs might be an 8.5, that 8.5 corner is more important than the 10 guard.
Right.
It's just what it is. And even if, and this is not the case,
Mm-hmm.
even if Zach Martin is a 12 on run blocking and still is a 10, it's actually the opposite.
Right.
Still is the 12 on run blocking and Zach Martin is the 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go with the young bull. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if it's no all pros by still name. Turn on the film. And if you turn on the film and look at them boys side by side engaging at the point of attack, it's clear who's getting the push over there. It's both, but it's more so still. Don't play with me.
So do you think they're gonna play with Still though because of the injury though?
Are they gonna play with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they already been playing with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been playing with him. I think that was the one thing that they tried in the offseason. We're talking about moving him to guard. I think that was planned.
Mm-hmm.
But then also this is the time to play, honestly, because they have a little bit leverage against him. Because, like, I think one of the injured guys was go get paid first because that's how it always happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you have a misfortune, it makes you kind of lose the invincibility thoughts.
Right.
So like when you Zeke, you willing to go to Cowboy because you was never injured.
Mm-hmm.
But if you was Lyle Collins, who almost lost it all because of what happened with his girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he ran to the table to be team friendly.
Right.
When Jalen hurt his knee, oh, he ran to the table to be team friendly. See, still is still trying to get his first,
Mm-hmm.
and like some millions sound better than no millions right now.
Right.
So I felt like just they have the leverage with Steele, and just a good quality deal would get him done.
Yeah. So why do you think it's taking so long? Because I know when we did the show with Brian Broaddus, he said the Cowboys got money saved up, but just why haven't they pulled the trigger? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like why not go ahead and get the deal done? Because I'm always on the Cowboys about being proactive versus reactive. Don't wait until Steele comes back fully healthy and balls out this year and then try to come back to the table next year. Like, why not get on the top of it early? You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Trayvon Diggs, but it seems like both of them might not get their deal going into the season, and then we'll be sitting here next year talking about the prices going on. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I think it's one of those deadline make deals things,
Yeah,
because
that's
most
their
of these
motto.
deals,
That's their motto.
yeah, yes, they motto, and like most of these deals get done around July.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the history says that it happens around now. I think they was trying to woo some of those guys to the tape,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they did that. Remember, they did that with Jalen Smith,
Mm-hmm.
because remember they was saying, well, you know, because they was trying to play tough against Dak at that time, Cooper and Zeke, right? But then Jerry came out and said we might have a fourth
Mm-hmm.
person that we might pay. Because see, what they was doing is they was sitting back like, well, whichever one of y'all come at us first and be team friendly, we go
Get
ahead
your
and lay
money
that
first.
money down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So where Dak then was like, man, team friendly my ass.
Right. I ain't got no team friendly.
Yeah, and Zeke, and I agree with them too.
Right.
Like, but you know how it is. You know when everybody calling that girl ugly,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you know I wouldn't mess with her. She a 7, she a 8. And you over like,
yeah, well, boy, I'll take that. I'll take. Yeah, man, where boss go, man? Oh man, I'm about to go to the crib, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah, I'll see y'all later, man. I'm going with the 8 over here, you know.
Yeah.
She available. You know what I mean? Y'all trip.
She like me for me.
Y'all go home alone. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, so I think they do a good job at wooing people and kind of playing this good cop, bad cop, this game of chicken.
Right.
They get it done, man. Like when it come down to it, and I think they were just trying to woo one of them boys to the table on team friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it with Diggs.
Right.
I think they was really trying to do it with Steele. I think they should have done it with Pollard.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think Pollard was the one they pulled the trigger way too early. I think they panicked because if you saw what the running back market is actually going to, that franchise tag is drastically, and that's why he signed it so damn quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he signed that thing.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Tony Pollard been franchise tag. He was right there in the office. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you know, here we are. But like I said, hey, what can we do? We in Oxnard, we getting ready for camp. So the one room I want to talk about, and I feel like it just doesn't being talked about enough, boss, to be honest with you, is the quarterback room. So I know we got Dak Prescott, but do you feel comfortable if something was to happen, because it's been 2 years in a row really where we had to play some games without Dak? Do you think Cooper Rush, Will Greer is enough, or should we go make a move?
I think we always should have been way more serious about QB2.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have been real aggressive about QB2, and my vision, I wanted us to go after an athletic quarterback.
Right.
So y'all know where I stood on that, even looking at Duggar from
Mhm.
TCU. Not more so because his arm, but because of his speed, his ability to use his legs, the Taysom Hill type.
Mhm.
Somebody you can kind of game manage with and can kind of add that wildcat element to your
Right.
offense, similar to Hurts, you
Mhm.
know. I think it's something to that. I think it's a future to that. And I think that would be a good way to kind of use your number 2 quarterback, kind of like your crash dummy. Like,
Mhm.
I'm going to go out there and be reckless with you, man. I'm
Right.
going to Taysom Hill you. We going to run the ball with you. We going to treat you like a running back.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
that was my, because the talent gap between Cooper Rush and Dak is just
Right.
massive.
Right.
You know, now the good thing is we have so much around him that
Mhm.
we can still and should win games even with him.
Mhm.
Because mainly we need somebody that's going to protect the football
Mhm.
and maybe score maybe a couple of times. That's how good the defense is.
Mhm.
If you keep that ball on the ground and you control tempo and you control the clock, yeah,
Mhm.
we could win with those guys. But no, I don't think we took QB2 serious enough.
Yeah.
But if we had to run out there with Cooper Rush, I stomach it.
So let me ask you this, because I was asked this on Twitter, and I was like, it's a good question. I didn't even think about it. Would you go get like a Carson Wentz and bring him in?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Yeah.
You would, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would go get Carson Wentz.
Make your case and did not make mine, because this is interesting. I didn't think you was gonna say that though.
I just feel like Carson's a guy who's played in big games. You know what I'm saying? Even though his career didn't work out to where it's supposed to be as a number 4 overall pick, he's more than capable enough, and especially with this offense that we can put around him, I feel like he's gonna be just fine. So for me, it's like I just think there's other guys out there. Like, you look what Philadelphia is doing. I was watching the Quarterback Show on Netflix. Good show. Y'all should check it out. I was like, just like you said, boss, when it comes to Marcus Mariota, they're going to run him into the ground. They're going to have some gimmicky plays out here. They're going to toss him out there to get it, in the red zone, use his legs. You know what I'm saying? So that Jalen Hurts doesn't have to take that punishment. I'm just thinking like, bro, even though we won games last year with Cooper Rush, it just didn't feel like it's supposed to feel. I'm not fully sold on Will Grier. I would go make a move for Carson Wentz, man. I just think I would.
And see, Tuck, people not used to people like me and you, man. We so hard-nosed, like real about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. And the reason, my case on it is, me with those marshals.
Right.
Like, people that was former greats.
Right.
Like, Dallas' track record with that is amazing.
Right.
Like, people that was left for dead get revived when they was formerly great before here.
Mm-hmm.
And we talking backup, not starter, y'all.
Right.
We talking backup.
And y'all got to get rid of the Philly thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I don't care about no
Philly. It's a Philly thing.
I'm looking at raw tools.
Right.
I do know that he's weak mentally. I get it, y'all. I get it. But I'm saying, like I put it like this: Cooper Rush is grittier. He has more heart, but
he's not more talented.
He's not more talented.
Right.
Like, he don't have like the arm talent that Wentz has.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of arm strength. Now, Wentz ain't never been as accurate as Dak to me, ever.
Right.
Never ever.
Right.
Never ever.
Right.
But I think this talent is so good on this team and this defense that even Wentz, it'll be hard for him to lose with us, to be honest.
Right.
Like, especially in the regular season, Wentz, we could go on a run with Wentz.
I mean, because if you go back to 2020, y'all remember, like, Andy Dalton, you know what I'm saying, before he had the concussion and whatnot, he was more than enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was enough to keep things afloat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where I feel like with Carson, I don't know.
I love the move. And see, and another reason, man, let's just be honest, bro. When does Dak play his best? I like when people pushing Dak, even though he not really pushing Dak.
It'll be more of a push than there is with Rush. I would feel you.
Absolutely, and then like, and like you a VP. Like, some people might not know this, but I'm gonna tell y'all, like Tuck is the VP of a financial institution, y'all. Vice president, don't you fool yourself.
Well, yeah,
I'm talking about leaders. Okay, let's just talk about this. Tuck leads leaders. Okay,
appreciate it.
VP, then it's the regional managers, then the managers, then the reps. The guy that's at the very top, that's Tuck. I just want to be clear with that. So the reason why I brought that up is because you know this as a leader. You notice when you manage people, you push their hot buttons, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is. And Dak hot button seems to be competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you could even manufacture the competition and the controversy, Dak plays better under controversy. Right. Can I just be real?
Under
like,
pressure,
can I be real? Like, under pressure, that's when Dak is at piss Dak off. So I would manufacture a way to, because what are everybody gonna be doing? Should they play
Wentz over Dak? Mm-hmm.
And it would be controversy, but it's like, I know my quarterback, he feeds on that. Mm-hmm. He's somebody that want to shut y'all up.
Right.
So I will put somebody in the building that manufactures the controversy, but that also gets the best out of Dak.
Mm-hmm.
I would be all the way for the Wentz deal.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, because like I said, I feel like that's the one position, the one thing besides kicker, right? We just don't have that insurance policy. If something was to happen to Dak again, season's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we had to stay afloat for, let's say, 7-8 games, Cooper Rush can't do that and keep up in the division the way the division is. I just don't think he can do that, y'all. So it's just like, get rid of the Eagles banter and all that stuff. I feel like Carson Wentz could step in with this offense with Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, our offensive line, Tony Pollard, and you know what I'm saying, these 3 young tight ends, and keep things afloat until Dak returns. I'm not trying to replace Dak with Wentz, but it'll be a nice little push. And that's something, even going back to Romo, that's something we just never did with Romo. Just have that guy. It's like Romo would go down, season's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't have that backup plan. And you look at what New Orleans is doing, you see what, you know what I'm saying, the Philly is doing. Like, all these teams got just quality backup quarterbacks. I just don't think we got one. And,
No.
And I appreciate what Cooper Rush did for us last year, but
It's just competition.
Right.
It's like, and you know, it's like I'm not into coddling these guys.
Right.
Like I'm for like trying to get as many lions as possible and letting the top line rise to the top.
Right.
I'm not for coddling Dak.
Right.
I'm not for coddling Wentz. I'm not for coddling Cooper Rush. I'm for trying to bring all them balls and say,
Right.
okay, work it out.
Right.
And then on top of that, you can mess around and have a decent backup for years, y'all. Quit playing. Like, I ain't saying superstar backup. I'm saying decent. Is Carson Wentz a starter? No.
Right.
Is he rocked mentally? Yes. Is he weak mentally? Yes. But as a backup, a former top 2 guy?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. So we didn't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people like, no, it's the Wentz. So y'all think about the Eagles, man. But hey, you know, there's some capable quarterbacks. I see someone kind of mention Bridgewater. You know what I'm saying?
I like that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Teddy Bridgewater. There's some other guys out there. You know what I'm saying? I would probably stay away from the Cam Newton thing, but it's like Teddy Bridgewater. Like, give me someone like that I can trust and be like, okay, if Dak gets nicked up, calf, whatever, we're gonna be good for 4 to 5 games. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't feel like. I mean, Cooper.
And see, Pastor Tapp said Andrew Norwell just got released. Oh my, the Commanders. I need to. You check that?
Gar. He was just released. Okay. Ooh.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, and that's the thing, y'all. Remember, there's gonna be massive cuts. So it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, because they got to cut down for the 3rd preseason game down to the final 54. So it's gonna be a huge wave. So we'll see how that happens, man. So now
I would also, just real quick before you go to the next topic, I would also say, y'all don't get so caught up on that Wentz. It's not just Wentz. It's the conversation of backup quarterback.
Right.
That's really what is.
Right.
Like, that's why we cool with Bridgewater. We cool with Wentz. Tuck was being greedy as he should be on all the parts of the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you improve and be ready for whatever that can happen?
Right.
It's a good conversation. It's the type of conversation that scouts really should have and do have.
Right, because, you know, there's something that this is why me and Boss rock together, you know what I'm saying? Because we are proactive trying to find if there's any holes in the boat. And I just feel like there's that one hole, like, okay, I'm checking the pressure, but the quarterback, you're kind of good, but if something was to happen, it can get bad for our season. So why not go ahead and solve that, so that way we're not in the middle of the season scrambling? I would go get in a Teddy Bridgewater. I would go get a Carson Wentz, bring them in. And like Boss said, if they get cooked in camp and Will Grier outplays them, all right, you send them packing, send them on his way. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same exact thing that we're going to talk about here with the running back 2 position, right? So you got a lot of quality people in there. Not everybody's going to make the team. So you got Malik Davis kind of in the wings, who I feel should get the opportunity to be your running back 2. You drafted Deuce Vaughn. You brought in Ronald Jones, a guy that's kind of unproven, bounced around, but kind of had his big moments, like a Carson Wentz. You also have Rico. So let me ask you this, Boss. When it comes to the running back 2, if you had to pick your favorite to actually be the spell back to Tony Pollard, who's going to be your guy?
Malik Davis.
Okay.
Because now we saw it in games.
Right.
See, the funny thing is Malik Davis and Rico Dowdle was a good battle in preseason. They was going at it. Like, it was hard to say which one of those guys was better in preseason, wasn't it? It was hard, you know. But then, you know, Rico got hurt, and then Malik Davis was able to go into the season and continue to cook, you know. So to me, just rightfully so, based on what have you done for me lately, you started off with Malik Davis. Easily,
right?
You know, and he's built like Pollard. He has that lightning back build. Right. You know, he's not the power back, but he gets it done. He also runs with good vision, good tenacity. I like the fact, or the rumor, that he was upset. Y'all remember that we all had Brian Brothers, Tuck and I, on the final word, and he talked about that Malik Davis was in rumored to be in a doghouse. because he wanted to play. I'm like, yeah, I like that. Like, yeah.
Right. You should want to play. Right.
We got a problem with that?
Right. Right.
You know, we
Right.
got a problem?
Yeah.
You know, like I like my players like that. So, but that's one of the rooms that I'm also very skeptical of too. Just to be honest, I'm
okay.
It's like Malik Davis gives me more confidence than the rest of it. Like I like Deuce on electricity. I like Deuce if you use him right as a utility back. I think Deuce could be very electric. But Clarence Hill kind of started to talk me into some more measured Kool-Aid. We was having a discussion at SportsCon. We was talking, and he said, "Boss," he said, "how many backs of his size has ever done well?"
I think we're just using the Sproles factor. I think that's
only Sproles. Right. So when he said it like that, I'm like, yeah, you know, that is when you look at all history, you can probably find one. That means your chances of him being just dynamic is low. But at the same time, you can't ignore the production that he put up at K.
Yeah,
you can't ignore it.
He was
so
the guy at Kent State.
For it.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm open for it. So, but that's one of them. I gotta see it.
Right.
What I would hope though, because you know I've been on that Zeke train, but at this point though,
there's one seat left, boss. There's one seat left to Oxnard. You know what I'm saying? They got one seat.
At this point though, I'm open for a lot of these running backs that's free agents right now.
Kareem
I think
Hunt.
it's goofy. Yep,
right.
Kareem Hunt. I'm open for Cook. Cause see, at this point, all of them got to be a deal. Every one of them, because the closer you get in the training camp and the closer you get in the preseason, the running backs that's older, they got one more year to basically say I'm worthy of one more contract.
Right.
And if you start missing games, it get hard for you to get that 1,000 yards, and that's how you get paid. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you can get a 1,000 behind your name. So holding out is making all the not holding out, but just the time it's taking for anyone to get signed, they prices are dropping. So it's like this would like this perfect example. Do you remember the original number Anthony Barr said he wanted?
Yeah, he priced himself like crazy.
10 million.
Yeah.
We got to 2 weeks in the camp, 3 weeks in the camp.
Yeah.
5 million.
Right. I'll come on back for that 5, man. I'm tripping.
That's how these running backs are. Like these guys that was talking, what Cook was talking to 8 million. Watch. Like as camp go, he gonna end up being in here for to a team for 3. Now, and what if we see Cook go to a team for 3? What you gonna say, Tuck?
Right. Should go get Zeke for 3.
I'm gonna be mad as hell. I'm gonna be like, Dallas.
Right.
Are you serious, bro? You so committed to this running backs. You just need young legs, dumbass theory. Like, really? That we letting Cooks go for 3?
Right.
And we're a contending team who's saying we want to run a damn ball?
Right.
Like, I could see if we was a passing team, like, because a lot of people like to say, boss, it's a passing league now. Get with the times. It's like, but what is your head coach saying he want to be?
Right.
If your head coach is saying he want to run a damn ball, why are we not trying to go scrape up? Not even just Zeke. Like you say, Hunt, Cook, or Zeke.
Right. Yeah, someone said Leonard Fournette. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's the thing, boss. We got to really watch it when we get out there to Oxnard to see, okay, do we have enough? Now, as of right now, I just don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't feel that we do have enough. It's all just hope. You know what I'm saying? But I hope Malik Davis works out. I hope Deuce Vaughn works out. But when it comes to Zeke, I know what I'm getting from Zeke. I know what I'm gonna get from Dalvin Cook and from Kareem Hunt. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like uncertainties. That's the thing with the Cowboys. It kind of frustrates. It's like, why not just overload the clip? Like, why not just have an abundance of it? And you'll be perfectly fine, because we know what really happened to us last year. It was injuries. Injuries start to pile up. You get thin here. Why not just overload and, you know what I'm saying, and stock up? But, you know, I think that Malik Davis does deserve the opportunity to be running back too. It should be his job to lose. But we'll see if Deuce Vaughn really gets it, man. So before I let you go, bro, I want to chime in to the wide receiver room as well. We know what we got in CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Cooks, bro. I don't know about you, balls. I'm excited as hell for Brandon Cooks, bro. Like, I'm on Brandon Cooks Kool-Aid, bro. I'm full of that Brandon Cooks Kool-Aid right now, bro. But CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup hopefully returns healthy. But when it comes to this wide receiver 4 slot, who do you think is really going to grab this position?
My gut say Tolbert.
Tolbert, okay.
That's my gut. I think Tolbert is such a raw athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a raw football player. When you only start playing football when you was in 11th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and you come out in the 3rd round of that draft,
Mm-hmm.
that's the key. We got to say it like that.
Right.
That draft.
Right.
So Tolbert kind of to me might be that guy. Don't think I'm tripping when I say this because I'm in the streets. Don't sleep on Dennis Houston either.
Okay, that's why I put him up there.
Don't
Because
sleep on Dennis Houston.
my question with Dennis Houston, and I still haven't gotten this answer. How did he go from starting week 1 versus Tampa to just practice squad? You know what I'm saying? That's a huge fall. It was just like up here week 1, off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? So maybe because we've heard interviews with Simi, also with Tolbert, kind of talking about the simplicity of the offense, how it's going to be more effective and easy to learn. Well, I feel like for someone who kind of grasped what Kellen Moore was talking about last year was Dennis Houston, he might be in the situation to emerge a little bit as well. Like so would you kind of look out for Houston over Simi? Like, because you're not going to keep too many. And Turpin's going to be a lock. And I know we had Jess on the show the other night. She talked about Turpin was being involved in the offense a little bit more too. But so who would you kind of lead towards that spot? Dennis Houston or Simi Fioco?
I'm saying Dennis Houston because I know his trainer and I know how Dennis Houston trains.
Okay.
And like his trainer is so straight up, like, and I know how he works. And I was talking to him about 2 weeks ago. We talked ball a lot. And he said, man, I'm killing Dennis. He said, Dennis is going to be ready, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, like, just to give y'all an example, one of Dennis's workouts, Dennis had 4 hours of legs. 4 hours. They call it a game of legs. Like, 4 hours of like, and committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about his trainer, when he get done with them guys, they play real good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they don't get hurt. And so I'm expecting Dennis Houston to get some good run after the catch.
Mm-hmm.
I think he go come out there and look different. I think we go see him and you'll see his guns. And
right.
I know his trainer, bro. And me and you know this from playing.
Mm-hmm.
You make your biggest gains in the offseason.
All season, right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and because I've been in the streets and been like keeping my ear to the ground, he my top sleeper guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because when these trainers, and remember Mike McCarthy said that we got the best, and he talking about Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas have the best third-party trainers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like B Tuck, obviously, Duke.
Right.
You know, shoot, so many. We can name them, so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, so he won that Simi just always played with a lot of heart. Like he battles in training camp. I've never watched Simi in training camp and didn't see somebody fighting tooth and nail for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Simi, the type of guy that I would get in the foxhole with.
Right.
I would, because I watched him year in and year out battle his behind off at them camps, fighting. Like you could tell who was really fighting to make it. Simi's gonna be that guy. Turpin is kind of so athletic. He's so freakishly athletic that he could do it just on football ability.
Right.
But my issue with him is, like, is he just like the other guys, or Dennis and Jalen, who they lab rats? Like Jalen too, like lab rats. So receiver 4, I think you're right. This is gonna probably be the toughest battle.
Right. Right. And it's going to be hard to gauge it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jalen Tolbert is going to get the lead just off of ego and him being the 3rd round pick. You know what I'm saying? They want that to actually work out. You know, but Simi's a guy, they speak highly of Simi too. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like with this West Coast to Texas Coast offense, who's going to bring something different to the offense? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm just trying to think. I feel like Turpin naturally would just do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get players to catch and run, get them out in space and be creative, Turpin's naturally going to give you that. But from a wide receiver perspective, I feel like Jalen Tolbert gives you everything. He gives you your deep threat. He gives you your over the top. He gives you your high point. He can catch a run. He can do a lot of different things. So I think that Jalen Tolbert is going to be your wide receiver 4 unless he goes out there and just has a bad camp. And I know there's a lot of rumors that he did last year. Don't listen to it. He ain't had no bad camp last year. Like, he was out there balling. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope he really just kind of comes and carries the mantle and move forward, because I think he has a lot of upside potential, like you said, boss.
I said Jalen Tolbert by year 2 would be pushing CeeDee Lamb for the number 1. So I was super high on Tolbert. So this offseason restored my confidence back in him, because, you know, after what happened to him last year, sometimes you go dust off your nose and say, was I crazy? Was I tripping? Like, we all do that.
Right.
But then when he came out and did that interview with HTM and all of them, Henny, Landlord, and West, and confirmed that he, obviously under Kellen Moore's offense, he was just overwhelmed.
Right.
It was like, okay, now we're getting ready to really see him. So, like, in terms of his rawness and like how you did a great film breakdown on him. And yeah, I did say it. I said that he was going to push CeeDee Lamb for the number 1. I saw Jalen as that raw. Like, boys got to realize what quality of draft class he was in.
Right.
Like, people have no idea. Like Tolbert in this particular draft class, he probably top.
Yeah, he
top
probably
four,
went. Yeah,
top three.
He'd probably been up there, y'all. Because and that's what stood out when I scouted him last year. I'm like, this kid is incredible. Now, I didn't think that he would push CeeDee Lamb. I expected him to push Michael Gallup. That's where I kind of expect him to push a little bit there, But things didn't really unravel for him. But when it comes to just the talent perspective, y'all, I promise y'all, he's extremely talented. Like, trust me, y'all know we don't sugarcoat nothing.
He's strong too.
Yeah,
like, he's strong, and he has a dog mentality, like how you was talking about when he was going against Eric and he rocked that baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so nasty,
and that was the frustrating part when it came to Tolbert. I'm like, man, like, this ain't what I saw on the field, bro.
You rocking babies on the corners, man.
Yeah, hold me down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I was ringing the bell for Jalen Tolbert when I first found this one, Cowboys Nation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like, bro,
he made me go review my notes.
Yeah.
Like, but now I think we go see that guy next year. I really do. And then Simi does have an advantage, though.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I say, because I know we're getting ready to get out of here. The last thing I say is Simi does have a good advantage. He coming from a West Coast at Stanford. So he gonna know the offense in and out.
Right.
And he gonna know the why behind the offense. See, we know that, man. The people that know why the boss, the people that know how the workers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Simi got it's like, Simi, you got your chance, bro. Stay healthy. And then the good thing about receivers, you can't hide receivers balling.
Right.
See, when Collins was getting cheated last year, nobody was looking at it, because people don't look at the offensive line. Our eyes are not trained to do that.
Right.
But receiver, everybody gonna know who balling at that position.
Right.
And it's gonna be every day.
Right.
So every day they putting out them clips, we gonna be seeing the guys who making those plays. And I think Dak is gonna be vocal. So to answer your last question, what happened to Dennis Houston? I think Kellen Moore offense failed everybody. The good thing about him coming out there early the way that he did, it showed that Dak originally had a lot of clout to get the guy out there that he believed in.
Because he went out there and picked Dennis Houston.
He picked and he co-signed Dennis Houston. But I think this West Coast is going to fit Dennis a whole lot more. And I think I just can't wait to see Dennis in space, because I think Dennis, he actually is bigger and stronger than people ready for. Like, I can't wait to see him get a stiff arm on one of them DBs, because that boy been in the lab, man. He gonna come back with some tank arms on them boys,
Right.
I'm excited to see what this man go do in the West Coast or Texas coast.
Yeah, me too. And like you said, because Simi said that on one of his interviews, like, the offense that he's doing now is very similar to what he played in Stanford, so he really understands the language, so it's simple for him. But another guy, I saw y'all mention him in the chat, Jalen Marino Cropper out of Fresno State. He's a wide receiver. I feel like he's going to be the camp MVP that a lot of Cowboys fans are going to be talking about. So we got some guys out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I did a film breakdown on him. I'll send it to you, bro. But he is raw. Like, he's that nasty, prototypical slot. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Stephon Diggs, bro. So Jalen out of Fresno State. So there's going to be a battle. I feel like Tolbert is going to get the first reins of it because they want him to kind of be right with the third-round pick. But it's definitely a position we got to keep our eye on, man. But it's fun, bro. We are here, bro. It's camp. You know what I'm saying? We about to be out there in Oxnard. I will be out there next week. So me and Boss going to be doing tons of live shows. So definitely tune in, man. We're going to be working, y'all. So y'all definitely have to hit that like button. Subscribe to both channels, man. For everyone seeing you for the first time, Boss, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you, my guy.
Yeah, it's Boss Cowboy Sports, and Tuck is right, man. We are here now. I ain't gonna lie, it did take me a little bit of a break. I've been spending some great time with my sons. Just real quick, if you don't mind,
Yeah, go ahead.
Talk about that. I've been just having a wonderful time. My sons, they're back in karate. So the last time they was in karate, they was both number one in the state of Texas, which is obviously big as Texas is. So they haven't been in this sport for 4 years. So daddy has been a chance to be daddy, but I'm gonna continue to obviously be a great dad at that part. But now Tuck is right. We here now. We getting ready to go super fast. It's getting ready to heat up a lot. Tuck is gonna be out there in camp, as well as others, and then we're gonna be bringing and talking daily with those guys. And the goal that we talked about is why he's out there. I want to be the guy that's holding down the streams while he's holding down his eyes. So he's driving today. He's driving his production. Obviously, man, y'all show him love, put some fire in the in the chat for this, because I didn't have to drive it all. I have to produce it all. Beautiful quality show. It looks amazing. And we go switch when he go to training camp, and I'm gonna be driving and asking the questions and stuff that y'all want to know about. What are we seeing with the camp battles with the receivers? What about the running backs? What are you seeing out there? And because I want to take a load off Tuck. That's my goal, is to take that load off of him to where he ain't got to worry about, oh man, I just came out there and saw this. Now I got to stream. No, I'm a stream. I just want to ask you questions, dog.
Yeah.
So y'all get ready for that, man. We're going to be tag teaming the hell out of training camp, and then we go switch again. When I'm in Dallas, he go stream. Because then I want to sit back and just be the eyes and not have to worry about putting up production and this and that. And so we got a beautiful relationship, Tuck and I, with DC Universe, man. That's what we call it, where we really link up and we collab and we work together. That's DC Universe. So, so it's Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. Tuck is right. Make sure that y'all follow both channels and do us a huge one. What's up, Craven Cowboys in the building? What's up? She started a YouTube channel, man. That's Mickey, man. What's up, Mickey? Y'all also hit that like on both channels, man. I got over 200 people watching on my channel and only 123 likes. That means y'all was so excited that y'all didn't hit that like, or y'all was just mad at your boy because I've been on too long of a hiatus. Either way, please forgive your boy. Go hit that like on my channel as well as Tuck, man. And let's keep rocking, man. Thank you so much for dropping, Tuck. I really
appreciate you, man.
You rock the whip, baby. You rock the whip.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was funny, right? Because someone was like, they saw me do my live show, and I kind of went live on a whim, you know what I'm saying? And people were like, I didn't know you had your own live show. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the boss been driving, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like, the boss been driving. So sometimes like, nah, bro, come over to the crib and let me cook for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me take a load out, let me cook for a little bit, man. But like, once again, salute to you, bro, for being a father. A lot of us are fathers, mothers in this content space, and it's a sacrifice. Y'all don't understand. It's a sacrifice doing these live shows, being away at games and camps, you know what I'm saying? But we do that for the community, but also our family understands how important this is to us, man. So, we appreciate all the support, the little things, the likes, the shares, they go a long way. The comments, the super chats, they go a long way. And y'all know, we have the best community in all of football. I'm not just saying that because I'm a part of it. It's just clear as day. You get so many different shows, so many different contents, so many different perspectives. It's really a special place for this Cowboys community, and it's grown. We got a new class, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the old veteran. I'm the 4th-year veteran right now, you know what I'm saying? But we got new people starting their channels. Support them, man. And, I'm looking forward to this season. So for everyone seeing me for the first time, J Tuck, follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. CFO Sports is the YouTube channel. CFO Sports BossTalk.com. We got some new merch dropping. I got some stuff in the clip, y'all. We got some bangers. We got some bangers, man. So definitely look out for that. Use the code CFO Gang to get 10% off, man. But I appreciate all the support. We are here. We gonna keep things afloat this season. We gonna go hard. I got a lot of guests lined up, a lot of shows, a lot of interviews, a lot of different things, man. So like Boss just said, this Dallas Cowboys universe is not just about me. It's not just about him. It's about us as Cowboys Nation coming together, putting out the best content on our quest for 6, man. So appreciate each and every one of you guys. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And yo, it's football season. We finally here.
Man.
Peace.